Welcome to the software journey with GKey. Data warehousing concepts with real-time interview questions and answers. Lesson number 14.1. ETL architecture, detailed explanation.
In this part of training, we are going to discuss about the ETL architecture and its detailed explanation. ETL architecture represents the flow of data from raw sources and to analytical systems and finally to business reporting layers. A standard modern ETL pipeline follows this sequence like first sources, then loading process and staging and ODS, finally into data warehousing and segregated the data into data marts. This is a standard flow. We'll discuss one by one here. First we'll see about what are source systems. These are the data producing systems. At for every system, for every business, there would be some of source systems. For example, OLTP databases, they are like online transactional processing databases. For daily transactions, there would be some of the databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, something like that. And for Salesforce systems, CRM is going to be one of the source, and for SAP, ERP is one of the source system. For some of the businesses, they maintain the data as a source in flat files, JSON files and Excel, and APIs, logs. These are also some of the sources for particular business they used to consider. And purpose of this source system is to provide raw operational data. This is the beginning flow of data for any business, that is called source systems. For any business, there would be a number of source systems. There might be OLTP databases, CRM, ERP, flat files, APIs, etc. And coming to the next stage, that is a landing zone. This one. This is also a raw zone. This is the first stop for the extracted raw data. By using ETL process, we'll just connect to all these source systems. We just extract the data and we put that extracted data here in landing zone. The key characteristics of this landing zone is it contains exact copies of source data, zero transformations. That means there are no changes happens from source data, used for audit, recovery and reprocessing. And coming to the benefits of landing zone, it protects data warehouse from source changes. That means sources they used to change day by day, but here it protects data warehouse from source changes. It stores historical raw data. Here the source system they used to maintain daily, weekly or monthly data, or when it comes to the landing zone, here it is going to maintain the history of raw data. Typical storage is like file share, S3, Azure Data Lake, HDFC. These are different typical storages which are available in a landing zone. Coming to the simple diagram, these are the sources. By using ETL, we can extract data and we can put that data in the landing zone. Coming to the next slide, next point, that is staging area. It is a temporary workspace to clean, validate and transform data. Activities in the staging area are like data type standardization. For every data warehousing systems, the dimensional modeling or tables they used to maintain are standards of data types. They are going to be standardized in staging area. And deduplication, that means if any duplicates are available from different source systems, they are going to be handled at staging area. Reject error logging, that means if is there any data that is unwanted, that can be rejected, and if is there unwanted data, we can log errors on this. And conversions also used to happen. Sometimes some data types which are not matching for the target tables from the source systems, here the conversions used to happen. And finally, here we can apply business rules. And coming to why we need a staging area, because raw source formats are inconsistent. Staging data is not for reporting, loading to staging diagram. That means because raw sources, the sources which we are using in the first phase are like inconsistent, and staging data is not for reporting. That's why we are getting into the data to the staging area. Here from landing to staging, the cleaning and validation process is to happen by using ETL architecture. And coming to the fourth point, that is ODS. ODS is like operational data store. ODS is equal to near real-time integrated store for cleaned operational data. Features of ODS are it holds current or recent version of data used for operational reporting, data integrated at summary level. Then coming to the point why ODS, that is operational data store. When business needs up-to-date data faster than data warehouse refresh cycles, then we go for operational data store. It holds current or recent version of data used for operational reports. The simple diagram for this is from staging to ODS. Here some transformations used to happen by using different ETL tools. Coming to the next slide, that is a fifth point, a data warehouse. Here the central analytical repository, we can call it as data warehouse. It is modeled using star schema, snowflake schema, conformal dimensions, fact and dimension tables. All these concepts we have discussed in the previous classes. You can go through further detailed explanation of these schemas, facts, dimensions and fact tables, measures, something like that. Data warehouse characteristics. Data warehouse maintains historical and time variant data, subject oriented, that is sales, inventory or finance kind of data it used to maintain. It is non-volatile. That means no deletes used to happen in data warehouse. Purpose of this data warehouse is it is an enterprise wide reporting. That means all business areas, subject areas are consolidated here. It is for all the enterprise. And Power BI dashboards, machine learning, trends and forecasting, these are the different things which are going to be like done on this data warehousing system. And the simple diagram for this is from ODS, that means integrate or load the data into a data warehouse. The final stage is a data mart. Here subject of data warehouse for a specific business departments, as we discussed here, sales, inventory and finance. From data warehouse we can divide the different subject area data like sales mart, finance mart, inventory mart, HR mart for sales domains. In the same way we can divide the data for banking domains, insurance domains, something like that. In such a way, it is like a subject specific data is going to be get into different data marts from data warehousing. Data mart sometimes can be before data warehouse, sometimes it can be after data warehousing systems. Benefits of data marts are faster performance. If you segregate the data based on different business area, we can have direct queries on that particular area. We can create the reports on that particular business, and those managers, they can analyze their business easily instead of having a lot of joins with whole data warehousing system. Team specific KPIs, that is key performance indicators, also we can have on a specific data. And security segmentation, something if you divide the data into different business areas, security can be segmented and it is authorized. Coming to the simple diagram from the data warehouse, it is like integrated or loaded to data marts. In this way, ETL architecture has been explained in different stages from source to data marts. I think you got some idea about ETL architecture and its detailed explanation. Thank you.
Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT profession with us.